Hallo, ich bin's wieder, euer Tutor zu einem neuen Livestream. Heute kommt die Apple Keynote und die schauen wir uns gemeinsam an. Wer nicht weiß, was das ist, da wird vielleicht das neue iPhone vorgestellt, wer weiß. Ich hoffe doch schwer. Und Apple das ist halt die Veranstaltung von Apple, wo halt Dinge vorgestellt werden, die das nächste Jahr so rauskommen werden. Und ich bin da mega gehypt, deshalb gucke ich das heute an und dachte, ihr könnt auch mitgucken. Aber irgendwie geht es noch nicht ganz richtig los, wie ich mir das vorgestellt habe. Irgendwie der Stream beginnt hier nicht. So, ich habe einmal Twitter hier offen. Ihr seht gleich sofort was. Ich muss das ganz kurz noch warten, bis das wirklich losgeht. Ihr werdet auch nur einen kleinen Bildschirm von diesem Event. Ihr werdet gleich sehen, was man sieht und was man nicht sieht. Ich höre auch nichts. Und habe den Chat jetzt nur hier auf dem MacBook nebendran. Weil ich meine 2 Monitore belegt habe mit anderen Dingen. Das kam so auch selten vor. Und zwar wird das so aussehen. Jetzt geht's los. Komm. Website.
Tiên Apple giới thiệu sản phẩm của mình ở sân khấu mới của họ. Đó là cái Steve Jobs Theater. Cái trung tâm được đặt tên theo Steve Jobs Theater. Cái trung tâm được đặt tên theo cố CEO Steve Jobs.
Was stimmt hier nicht? Es geht nicht los auf der Website von Apple. Es geht nicht los. So sieht das gerade aus bei mir. Hier kommt eigentlich jetzt die Keynote.
It is the honor of a lifetime to be the first to welcome you to the Steve Jobs Theater.
Es geht hier nicht los auf der Website, offiziell.
Steve meant so much to me and so much
Tim
to
Cook
all
đang
of us.
nhắc lại chúng ta về
Hä?
Steve Jobs. Ông là một trong những con người có rất là nhiều ý nghĩa với tất cả người dùng cũng như là những
Das
người.
ist gar nicht die offizielle. Leute, hä? Twitter einfach nach dem Hashtag gucken, der gerade in den Trends ist. Das ist Hashtag Apple Event. Es geht nicht los. Verdammt. Ah, es geht los.
Creators and innovators.
Nice.
Steve was a genius. And one of the many ways that he showed that was in his uncanny ability to unlock the talent of everybody.
Die Keynote ist auf Englisch. Ihr seht hier unten die Keynote. Ihr seht hier Twitter. Da unten. Und hier seht ihr mich und ich werde was dazu erzählen, sofern mir was dazu einfällt. So wird das heute sein.
So over a decade ago, he began to work on a new campus.
Jetzt redet
at Apple.
Tim Cook gerade über
His
Steve
vision
Jobs.
for Apple Park was to create an incredible workplace of the
Steve
future,
Jobs ist
where
der Gründer von
engineers
Apple,
and
der leider verstorben ist an
designers
Krebs.
could all be together, collaborating on the next generations of Apple product to change the world. Steve's vision and passion live on here at Apple Park.
Und das ist, soweit ich verstanden habe, ein Theater, das in Ehren von Steve Jobs gebaut wurde,
And
wo die
always
das gerade heute veranstalten.
we honor him.
Pascal Berg, ich grüße dich.
Thank you.
Ah, ich bin so gehypt auf das neue iPhone und alles, was kommen wird.
We're here today to talk about some incredible products. But before we get to that, I'd like to take a moment to talk about what's happening
Also noch
in
passiert nicht so viel, ist
Florida,
gerade die Eröffnung ein bisschen.
Southeastern United
Bei Crynex
States,
heute kein Minecraft.
and across the Caribbean.
Schreibt gerne dazu rein, was ihr zu den Produkten denkt, die nachher vorgestellt werden, wenn nachher das iPhone da vielleicht präsentiert wird, wer weiß. Schreibt gerne rein, was haltet ihr vom neuen iPhone? Werdet ihr es euch kaufen? Werdet ihr es euch nicht kaufen? Ist es zu teuer, zu billig?
You're in our thoughts. We send you our strength. You are in our prayers. Apple is working closely with relief and recovery efforts through Hand in Hand and the American Red Cross.
Jetzt geht es gerade um die Unwetter
In addition to Apple's
in Amerika.
direct contributions, we're making it really simple for the entire Apple community to donate via iTunes and the App Store.
Man kann ganz einfach über den App Store donaten für die Hurricane-Opfer. Das ist eine coole Sache. Finde ich sehr cool.
I encourage you to watch it. And however you choose to give, I hope that you open your heart to this important effort. Thank you.
So. Das war die Einleitung.
Now, let me tell you a little bit about our new home. We'll start moving in Apple Park later this year. But of course, such a large move, it's really more of a process. And the first big step is the opening today of the Steve Jobs Theater. It's the most state-of-the-art, purpose-built theater ever, built for events just like this one. Apple Park has been built to reflect Apple's values for both technology and the environment. It connects extraordinarily advanced buildings with a rolling.
Das ist nicht. Halt. Oh Gott, jetzt habe ich es verkackt. Es ist nicht dein Ernst. Es ist nicht.
Groß und viel Spaß.
Was converted from a sea of asphalt into a 175-acre.
Das war jetzt so nicht geplant.
Over 9,000 trees. Apple Park is designed to be seamless with nature. It's open, transparent. It brings
das war so nicht. Alter, danke.
And connects everyone to the beautiful
Vielen Dank,
California
Bruder.
landscape.
Shit.
It's powered by 100% renewable energy. Thank you.
Ich habe gerade überhaupt nicht mal zuhören können, was die gerade erzählen oder was Tim gerade erzählt.
And in fact,
Alter,
we
Prodax,
have one
danke.
of the world's
Vielen,
largest
vielen Dank.
on-site solar
Hui.
installations right here.
Alles klar.
And just like everything we make,
Heute kein Minecraft, sorry.
Apple Park has been designed with extraordinary attention to detail, incredible precision, and really beautiful materials. We've got a great visitor center, which will be open later this year, where we will welcome everyone. And inside the visitor center, you'll find an incredible augmented reality experience where you can learn more about Apple Park, its design, and its innovations. You'll also find a fantastic new Apple
Ups,
retail
jetzt habe ich das
store.
ganze Ding hier kaputt gemacht. Ey,
As you
Prodax.
know, Apple Retail has always been about more than selling. It's about learning, inspiring, and connecting with people. Now, our stores are also the best place to go discover, explore, and experience our new products. So before we get to some incredible products, we'd like to give you an update on retail. And to do that, I'd like to invite Angela up. Angela?
Hallo, Angela.
Thank you.
Hi, Angela.
Good morning. Thank you. It's great to be here. And I love the fact that the same team that designs Apple Park also designs our largest retail stores around the world. But it's funny, because we actually don't call them stores anymore. We call them town squares, because they're gathering places for 500 million people who visit us every year.
Das ist geil, weil Apple Stores, die verkaufen ja nicht nur Dinge, die haben ja auch Präsentationen und sowas. Und das wird jetzt auf eine neue Ebene so ein bisschen gebracht.
Are our incredible teams. We've always said that our people are our soul. And they're Apple's greatest differentiator because they bring personal connection to communities all over the world. They humanize technology.
Jonas, das dauert immer noch eine ganze Weile, vielleicht noch 2 Stunden, vielleicht 3 Stunden, wer weiß.
Also sets us apart. To make things simple, beautiful. And that's why we think of Apple Retail as Apple's largest products. And like all of our products, we've designed new features to take the customer experience even further. In our largest cities where we can, we create a plaza, a space open to everyone. Come in and relax, meet up with friends, or just listen to a local artist on the weekends. Inside, we've designed a forum, a place for customers to come and create, collaborate, or just connect again with one another.
Das geht hier immer zu.
For local
Sorry.
entrepreneurs and app developers, we have a quieter space in the larger stores called a boardroom, where they can learn more from our teams or again share
ist
with
geil.
each other. And the Genius Grove, a redesigned, more relaxed service experience.
Guck, das ist ein
now in
Apple
the
Store.
heart
Da
of
werden
our largest
Apple-Produkte
stores.
verkauft. Die bauen das da auf mit
And
Bäumen
lastly,
und Tischen und
the
setzt dich hin und
Kind of like shop windows around a town square.
ich will wieder ein iPhone haben. Ich habe gerade mein Huawei hier noch vor mir liegen. Aber das Huawei, das möchte ich nicht mehr lange haben. Es ist zwar ganz cool, aber Apple macht viel mehr Spaß zu bedienen und so. Und wenn das iPhone nicht allzu viel kostet, es wird sehr, sehr, sehr teuer. Und wenn es sehr, sehr coole Funktionen hat, dann hole ich es mir. Vielleicht, wenn es rauskommt. Jetzt geht es langsam los mit den Produkten, ganz langsam.
Like photography, music, gaming, and app development. We've created new programs like photo walks, where customers can perfect their photography skills with features like portrait mode and memories.
Da sind Räume gebaut werden, dass man Fotos fotografieren üben kann.
Or Swift Playground, where the next generation app developers can begin to learn the basics of coding. And one of my personal favorites,
Coding ist auch sehr wichtig. Programmieren ist die Zukunft, sage ich euch, Informatik. Das wird jeder brauchen. Könnt ihr das lesen, was hier unten steht?
In some of our larger stores, sessions are led by local artists, like this music lab called The Art of Beatmaking with RZA and the Rolly team in Brooklyn. These sessions in all stores are led by our creative team and a new position we call a creative pro. So the creative pro is now to liberal arts as the genius has always been to technology. And I would love to show a quick video to show you how Today at Apple is coming to life.
Jetzt geht's los.
Welcome to Today at Apple.
Today at Apple, we're going to be learning about coding.
Today at Apple, we're going to be talking with a very talented illustrator.
Today at Apple, we're learning about photography.
You have tons of good ideas in your head, so it's like, oh, I like that. I'm going to explore that some more.
When you do something for the first time, you have to be completely fearless.
Einfach angucken und diesen... Schon vorbei. Okay. Ich wollte gerade sagen, genießt diesen kurzen Clip. Aber schon vorbei.
We've just started, but the feedback has been fantastic. Customers are telling us they love the role that Apple Retail is playing in their community. So what's next? Well, we're going to continue to open Apple Town Squares in the top cities around the world. We're going to invest in online, and we're also going to continue to reinvest in
Das ist die Apple Keynote. Hier wird vorgestellt, was Apple für Produkte rausbringt in nächster Zeit. Das neue iPhone, vielleicht ein MacBook, wobei ich das ja nicht glaube. Apple TV, möglicherweise. Und noch Software-Updates.
The glass cube will return when reopened late next year.
Das sieht so geil aus, diese Shops.
And in Paris, we're restoring an entire historic building on the iconic Champs-Élysées.
Apple kauft einfach mal so eine Haus und baut dann Store rein.
Early next year, we're transforming a theater beneath Piazza Liberty into a modern town square for Milan.
Das ist ein Shop und die bauen den wie so ein Next Shit Store, was auch immer.
And we've recently announced an ambitious project to restore Carnegie Library in the heart of our nation's capital. We can't think of a better place for Today at Apple programs than a building originally created for the city to access knowledge and unlock their potential. And I'm thrilled to personally announce the opening of our newest flagship store in the heart of the Midwest,
So, jetzt.
Apple Michigan Avenue in Chicago on October 20th.
Der größte Shop für Apple oder der beeindruckendste. Und so sieht er auch aus, muss ich sagen. So sieht er auch aus.
That seamlessly connects the plaza to the promenade as a part of the city's plan to transform the Chicago riverfront. So that's a brief highlight of just a couple of things we've been working on. And as Tim said, Apple's retail purpose has always been to enrich lives. So a huge thank you to the 65,000 Apple retail employees around the world whose passion, energy, and commitment in serving all of us every day and ensuring all of Apple comes together. It's brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Angela. I am really excited. I'm really excited about all the incredible things going on in retail, but I am especially proud of our unbelievable retail team. It's the best place to go experience our new products. And so let's get going on telling you about what we're going to launch today, beginning with Apple Watch.
Apple Watch, nice. Ich wusste, das iPhone kommt nicht als erstes Produkt, weil das ist viel zu gehypt, dass das App jetzt zuerst kommt. Es kommt erst so nicht ganz so wichtige Produkte, dass die Spannung gehalten wird.
And I'm happy to tell you that more people are doing that than ever before. Since the launch of the Series 2, the Apple Watch has experienced phenomenal growth. In fact, last quarter, Apple Watch grew over 50% compared to the previous year. This is incredible. Now, last year, we told you that the Apple Watch had already become the #2 watch in the world. Today, I'm thrilled to tell you the Apple Watch is now the #1 watch in the world.
Geil. Ich wollte mir auch immer eine holen, aber beim alten iPhone 4, Moment.
But what's most rewarding to us is how much our users love it. We have an industry-leading customer satisfaction rate of 97%. This is blow away.
Sehr hohe Kundenzufriedenheit. Nice.
People write to
Ich bin auch sehr
us
zufrieden.
all the time and tell us how the Apple Watch is
iPod,
helping them lead a
Touch
healthier life.
4G oder
These
4,
stories
iPhone
are
4S,
unbelievable. And we
oder heißt das 4G?
prepared a
Das ist schon so alt.
video so that you
Ziemlich
could
klein
hear
und hier mein neues
directly
Handy.
from them what they're telling us. I'd love to play
Mein
it.
Huawei P9 Lite. Ihr seht, iPhone habe ich schon etwas länger, aber ich möchte gerne wieder eins. Und auch eine Apple Watch dazu.
Dear Tim,
尊敬的 Apple 公司
Hello, Mr. Cook.
Вам пишет киборг из России.
I know you may never read this, but I just wanted to put it out there.
I live in Massachusetts.
I'm a country boy from small town Mississippi.
I'm a two-time Olympian.
Eu sou bailarino.
我是一个盲人跑者。
I'm the father of a 9-year-old.
I am a 99-year-old world traveler.
Every day for the last 2.5 years, I have worn this tiny computer on my wrist.
This is the first time I've worn a watch since my bar mitzvah.
I was a scrawny, sports-hating kid who never really liked being active.
I was coming back from a knee surgery.
While I was never fat, I was the proud owner of a dad bod.
I fell into a deep depression and weighed 250 pounds.
Теперь каждый день я стремлюсь закрыть все
Ich hoffe, ihr könnt ein bisschen Englisch.
Now I get up at 5 a.m.
if it's 5 minutes to midnight,
Englisch
I'll
ist
do
wichtig.
push-ups in my bedroom.
I'll take the dog out for a really quick walk around the block.
I walk around the house and my family thinks I'm a little crazy.
I dutifully oblige when the Apple Watch reminds me to stand up every hour.
С Apple Watch я
Wasserdicht.
становлюсь лучшей версией себя.
I ran my first Spartan race in December and ran a full marathon in February. Agora eu consigo checar em como meu corpo está respondendo a múltiplos ensaios.
至今 Apple Watch 在我跑步时给了我很多的帮助与支持。
Dear Mr. Cook, our daughter
Blind
was
running.
recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
My car rolled over 3 times and my phone landed far out of my reach.
Die Idee ist cool mit so einem analogen Zettel.
After being rushed to the
Das war ein
emergency
Unfall
room, I
gerade.
was diagnosed with a condition that was causing my liver, kidneys, and heart to start shutting down.
The integration of her glucose monitor with the Apple Watch lets us make sure her blood sugars don't go to dangerously low levels.
For 6 minutes, I hung there in my car talking to a dispatcher until help arrived.
Had I not been wearing my Apple Watch, I never would have sought medical attention, which in turn saved my life. Sincerely, Paul.
Thank you so much for creating something that does not make me feel old.
Thanks for listening. Avi.
Sincerely, Stuart.
祝回华，敬上。
All the best, Kara.
Sincerely,
Jill.
Casey.
С благодарностью, Дмитрий.
Muito obrigado, Giovanni.
So. Sebastian. Bei Hallo hört bei dir schon auf. Dann ist es heute ein bisschen schwer für dich hier mitzuhalten, nehme ich an.
Those stories are so moving, and there's really no words to describe what it feels like to receive these notes. I'd like to thank everybody in the video for sharing their personal experience with all of us. Now, we have some great news about the future of Apple Watch, and to share it with you, I'd like to invite Jeff up. Jeff?
So, hallo. Ein neuer auf der Bühne.
Thanks, Tim.
Nee, heute keine Spiele mehr. Heute nur dieser Stream.
Thanks, Tim. Those stories are really great, and it's really inspiring to us that so many people are getting healthier with Apple Watch. And with watchOS 4, they're going to be able to do even more. We're adding smart activity coaching, which is going to help more people close more rings more often. A completely redesigned
Wenn ich Geld habe, hole ich mir die. Aber erst hole ich mir ein iPhone 8.
New
Wenn
features
das Geld
for
reicht.
swimmers
Wir wissen, was das kostet
auto
nachher.
sets and Gym Kit, an industry first. It's really simple. You just tap your watch on a machine, get going, and all your metrics are in sync.
Das ist so teuer, dieses Smart Home System, was man da alles dazu zusammenbasteln kann.
Is the Apple Heart Rate
Dass das Licht dann angeht und so.
And it's
Mega
been at the
teuer, aber
core
mega
of
geil.
Apple Watch since the very beginning. And today, it's the most used heart rate monitor in the world. And we want to use it to help even more people. So we're doing 3 things. First, we're making enhancements to the heart rate app to give you more information. Now, you'll see your heart rate right on the watch face, so you can keep an eye on it with just a raise of the wrist. And when you launch the
Es
heart
gibt
rate
eigentlich
app,
immer
you'll see
die
new
ganzen
measurements,
Funktionen.
like resting heart rate.
Also die ganzen Funktionen, die sind eigentlich teilweise recht unnötig, aber wenn man sie so alle zusammen betrachtet, sind die schon irgendwie so ein geiles Zusammensystem.
And recovery heart rate, which tells you how quickly your heart rate drops after workout.
Guck mal, die Sachen da, das wirst du dir niemals angucken, wenn du irgendwie kein Extremsportler bist. Aber es ist in der Uhr drin. Und weil die Uhr hat, der wird es ab und zu mal angucken. Und dann sagt er, oh, die Uhr hole ich mir. Weil die hat sowas.
Is inspired by many of the letters we receive from customers who notice an unusually high heart rate when they wouldn't expect one. So Apple Watch has been helpful for them, but we realize most people
Ja,
won't notice.
hoffentlich kann die Apple Watch
So we're
bei all
adding
diesen
a
neuen
feature.
Features auch die Zeit
And
anzeigen.
now,
Das ist aber
Apple
unwichtig.
Watch will notify you when it detects an elevated heart rate and you don't appear to be active. And the third thing we're doing is focused on heart rhythm. Our regular heart rhythm has a familiar pattern, but when your heart beats irregularly, it's called an arrhythmia.
Hallo, Lukas.
It doesn't mean it's beating too fast or too slow. It just means it's beating out of its normal rhythm. And that can cause problems. The most common form of serious arrhythmia is called atrial fibrillation, or AFib, and it affects tens of millions of people and is a leading cause of stroke. But the challenge is, many people with AFib don't feel symptoms.
Man kann es
so it
übrigens auf
often
Mac
goes
angucken, auf iPhone, auf
undiagnosed.
iPod,
We've been looking at this
Apple
for a
TV,
couple of years,
aber bei
and we
Windows,
think
nur bei
Apple
Windows 10,
Watch
sonst
can help.
extern. Das heißt,
In our
wenn ihr einen
initial
Windows 7
studies,
PC
Apple
habt,
Watch
geht's
has been
nicht.
effective at surfacing irregular rhythms.
Das heißt, ihr braucht Windows
So
10
we're expanding that
und dann
work.
geht's nur im
Today,
Edge-Browser.
we're announcing the Apple
Kein anderer
Heart
Browser
Study.
geht damit. Das mag Apple nicht so ganz, finde ich ein bisschen komisch, aber ist halt so.
It will use data from Apple Watch, and it will analyze arrhythmias, including AFib, and notify users. This study is being conducted in partnership with Stanford Medicine, and we're working closely with the FDA, and they've been great to work with. So later this year,
Ich muss das heute komplett durchgucken, weil das ist einfach nice.
Those are the updates focused on fitness and health, and they join the other great features of watchOS 4. We have a completely redesigned
Allein die Armbänder sind schon so geil.
An intelligent Siri face, fun new characters from Toy Story, and more. So that's watchOS 4. It will be available to all Apple Watch customers on September 19th. And now I'd like to introduce the next generation of Apple Watch.
Neue Apple Watch, Achtung, Film. Immer noch wasserfest. Salzwasser ist auch nicht schlecht. Geil. Das Video ist krank gemacht.
Introducing Apple Watch Series 3, and it has cellular built in.
Geil.
Now you have the freedom to go anywhere with just your Apple Watch. This has been our vision from the very beginning.
Wisst ihr, jetzt kann man die Apple Watch benutzen, ohne sein iPhone in der Nähe zu haben, weil bisher war das so, das musste ein iPhone neben dran haben, dass man, kein iPhone, dass man per Bluetooth die verbinden kann, aber jetzt geht es auch ohne iPhone. Hat wahrscheinlich eine eigene SIM-Karte, nehme ich an.
You can receive an important call with just your watch, and the number is the same number as your iPhone. You don't have to manage a separate number. The apps you rely on, like Messages, just work, and Siri's at your beck and call anytime.
Man kann ohne iPhone irgendwo hinlaufen, hat nur die Uhr dabei, mehr nicht. Und man hat einfach Internet. Man kann telefonieren. Die Uhr würde ich mir gerne holen, aber wie gesagt, erst brauche ich ein iPhone dafür. Mein iPhone 4 kann das nicht. Mein iPhone 4S. Und das iPhone 8 ist schon teuer genug. Wenn ich mein iPhone hole, dann das iPhone 8. Aber nur, wenn es gut ist. Sonst nicht. Guck mal, mit. Das ist so geil. Jendrik, Junge, das iPhone wird heute noch vorgestellt. Ja, ich hoffe doch schwer. Also, es wurde nie offiziell bekannt gegeben, dass es heute vorgestellt wird, aber ich hoffe schwer, es wird heute vorgestellt, weil davon gehen eigentlich alle aus.
You can listen to Beats One Live or any Apple Radio music station. You can even ask Siri to find you the perfect track.
Oder Spotify geht natürlich auch. Höchstwahrscheinlich.
The best device for staying active has all the music you need to stay motivated. To enable these features on Apple Watch,
alles gut, Ludwig.
We have packed Series 3 with the most advanced technologies ever in a watch. Inside is a new dual-core processor delivering up to 70% more performance. It's really, really fast. Siri is quicker than ever, and thanks to the new processor, for the first time on Apple Watch, Siri can talk.
It's 64 degrees right now in South Lake Tahoe.
It's really convenient to not have to look at the screen when you ask it a question. For Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, we developed a custom wireless chip we call W2. There's nothing else like it. It delivers up to 85% faster Wi-Fi.
Auf der Keynote werden die Produkte von Apple vorgestellt und Dinge, die halt Apple neu ankündigt, wie der Shop vorhin, die werden neue Shops eröffnen und jetzt die neuen Produkte, gerade die Apple Watch, neue Betriebssysteme und später auch das iPhone hoffentlich.
An app for developers is going to be great for skiing and snowboarding apps.
German Gamer Simulation holt sich auch das iPhone 8. Ich weiß es, wie gesagt, noch nicht, ob ich es mir holen werde, aber ich hoffe schwer, dass das Funktionen hat, die mich so beeindrucken, dass ich es nicht widerstehen kann. Und wenn der Geldbeutel reicht, dann natürlich auch.
Radios, power amplifiers, a SIM card. And if you don't do it right, it gets so big, it looks like a house arrest bracelet, and you're not going to want to wear it. So our engineers have been hard at work, and they've come up with some really creative solutions. For example, rather than add an antenna, the display itself is the multi-frequency antenna for both LTE and UMTS.
Alter.
And
Nein,
of
Alter,
course you have
auf
to
die
have
Idee
a
musst du
SIM
erstmal
card,
kommen.
but even a nano SIM would be way too big. So instead, we integrated an electronic SIM, and it's a fraction of the size. So
Okay.
here's where we ended
Keine
up.
SIM-Karte und es geht
Even with
trotzdem
all these new
irgendwie.
features, faster dual-core processor, W2, altimeter, all the stuff you've got to put in for cellular, the case for Series 3 is the same size as Series 2.
Was? Das Armband? Habe ich gerade nicht verstanden.
The only difference is we extended the back crystal a mere 0.25 millimeters. That's as thin as 2 sheets of paper. It's really magical to make a standalone call on a device this small. And I'd like to do that for you right now.
Das wollte gerade sagen, ich will mal gerne sehen, wie das aussieht, wenn man damit telefoniert.
I'm going to switch watches so
Mach's
you
doch
guys can see what's going on. This watch is connected over the AT&T cellular network. This is our new Explorer face. And I'm going to tap on the phone app, and I'm going to call Deidre, who's a colleague on the watch team.
Beep, beep.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Deidre. Hey, I'm calling you from the new Steve Jobs Theater. How are you doing?
I'm a little sad to be missing the keynote, but I'm working very hard out here.
Oh, yeah, sure you are. Why don't we pull in some video and show everybody where you are?
Ey, die ist gerade live auf dem Wasser und telefoniert einfach mit dem Typ im Studio.
But you know me, I'm a team player.
Yeah, that's you, Deidre. Give. Well, it looks beautiful out there.
Wenn sie jetzt noch reinfällt, wäre
It is amazing, but I'm just trying not to fall off this board in front of a million people.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, hoffentlich.
So far, so good, Deidre. Hey, I should probably cut it off before something goes awry, but be safe out there, and thanks for doing this.
My pleasure. I may stay here a few more days.
Yeah, okay. That sounds great, Deidre.
Ey. Guck mal, was die sich überlegen, um das Produkt vorzustellen. Die haben jetzt einfach eine Frau angerufen, also die Kollegin von dem, und haben die aufs Wasser gestellt, um zu zeigen, es funktioniert wirklich. Geil.
I'm going to go rogue for a minute. You guys get it, but sometimes people take technology for granted. And just for perspective, I'm mic'd. And in fact, I'm actually double mic'd in just the right location so you can hear me. Deidre's out in the middle of a windy lake, and the only microphone on Deidre is the little tiny one on the Apple Watch. It's a foot or two away from her mouth. She's paddling, and the signal's being sent over cellular coming in, and that's just darn close to magic. Who would have thought?
Ich will da sitzen, da ist doch ein Platz frei für mich, da will ich jetzt hin.
Series 3 comes in a wide variety of cases and bands. We have a beautiful new gold aluminum finish along with silver and space gray. And we're excited to introduce a new band we call the Sport Loop. It's designed for an active lifestyle, and it's light, stretchy, and breathable. For Apple Watch Nike Plus, we have exclusive new colors, and they're releasing a new version of their Nike Plus Run Club app with great new features like in-run audio coaching.
Ich will jetzt ein iPhone und ich will jetzt auch eine Apple Watch.
Colors across all of our bands that you just have to see in person. We have a great
Nee, das geht nur mit Edge, Jonas. Die Apple Keynote kannst du nur in Edge gucken unter Windows 10. Gibt sonst außer ein paar nicht so coole Möglichkeiten keine offizielle Möglichkeit. Also Chrome und Firefox, Internet Explorer geht alles nicht. Entweder auf Mac, auf dem iPhone oder also gucken oder im Edge halt auf Windows 10. Ich habe ja hier Chrome. Siehst ja, ich nutze eigentlich sonst immer Chrome.
All of these watches were built with a great deal of care as well as a concern for the environment, and they're free of these harmful materials. So that's Apple Watch Series 3, cellular, GPS, swim-proof, 70% faster dual-core processor, barometric altimeter, all the features of watchOS 4, and it still has all-day battery life up to 18 hours across a mix of LTE, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. We have two versions of Series 3. There's one with cellular at $399 and a version without cellular that has all the other great features at just $329. And we're going to keep Series 1 in the line at a new starting price of $249. Series 3 cellular will be available in these 9 countries,
Germany,
with these 14 carriers at launch, and 6 more coming later in the year. And we've worked with each of these
Gibt's die
carriers,
Schweiz am
and
Anfang
they
nicht? Habe ich
each
das richtig gesehen?
have a special introductory offer for Series 3.
Gibt's am Anfang keine
It's gonna be
Schweiz?
great. And we are offering the Series 3 without cellular in these 26 countries at launch. Orders will begin September 15th.
3 Tage noch, dann kann man die bestellen.
September 22nd. That's the update on Apple Watch. And now back to Tim.
Sieht so geil aus.
Apple Watch is the ultimate device for healthy life, and the Series 3 takes that to a whole new level. Now, Jeff showed you some very cool things you can do with the cellular function in the Series 3. And one of those is to stream 40 million songs right on your wrist. We've made a great ad showing just that. I'd love to play it for you.
So, jetzt kommt eine Vorstellung, eine weitere. Über die Apple Watch.
With my H2O. I'm buzzing. Yeah, sing that thing for me. Hey, now I love it when it goes my way, my way.
Nee, Aaron, ich will deinen Hund nicht haben. Nice. Ich habe noch kein Apple Music. Schade auch. Ich finde Spotify ein bisschen besser.
This is a big moment for Apple Watch, and we think you are going to love it. Next up, I'd like to turn your attention to Apple TV.
Oh, jetzt geht's los. Uiuiui.
Apple TV has changed the way we experience television, simplifying
Da
the
bin ich
way
jetzt nicht so
that
der
we
Fan von, muss ich
discover
ehrlich sagen, vom Apple
movies,
TV.
TV shows,
Aber mal gucken, was die so alles da reinbringen. So ähnlich wie der Chromecast oder so.
In fact, we've just been awarded our second Emmy for Apple TV. Thank you. This Emmy was in recognition for how Siri makes it so easy to search,
Guck,
discover,
sagt
and
Alexi
interact
Bexi
with
auch,
your
Alex
TV
Böhm.
content.
Apple TV interessiert ihn nicht.
We're really proud
Leider gar nicht.
of the efforts we've made to improve the TV experience.
Mal gucken, was der so bringt.
Now, throughout the history of TV, there's been a few key inflection points that have changed the way we experience television. It, of course, all began with black and white, and it was first transformed with the introduction of color. It took a huge step forward with the advent of HD. Each stage brought with it a more true-to-life experience, a more immersive experience. Now, we're at the next major inflection point, one that has the most stunning visuals ever, that are ideal for the large TV screens that are coming into our living rooms. This will bring cinematic quality to virtually everything
Also,
we
ich finde
watch.
deinen Chromecast etwas sinnvoller als sowas, aber gut.
I am so excited to introduce Apple TV 4K. At the heart of Apple TV 4K are two key technologies that are driving this next evolution of the TV experience. And to tell you all about them, I'd like to invite Eddie to the stage. Eddie?
Thank you, Tim. It is really great to be here tonight. Apple TV 4K is incredible, and it starts with two big advancements in picture quality. First is 4K. Let me show you. This is an image in 4K. It's got incredible detail. That's possible because 4K has 4 times the number of pixels as HD.
Nichts Neues, okay.
Resolution isn't everything. There's an even bigger advancement that's more
Jetzt
important.
erzählt er irgendwelche Dinge von,
high dynamic range,
die kennt man schon.
HDR.
Aber,
While 4K is about the number of pixels, HDR is about better pixels. Let me show you. Here's that same 4K image, and here it is in HDR. Look at the color, the details. Apple TV can do this because it supports the industry standard HDR10 as well as Dolby Vision, the best HDR experience. Now, Apple TV 4K with HDR delivers the highest picture quality ever. And to show you, we've installed a state-of-the-art Dolby 4K HDR cinema projector in the theater. So let's dim the lights and let me show you the new Apple TV.
Jetzt haben die den irgendwie live angeschlossen an ihren Beamer. So wie ich das verstanden habe.
Now, we remastered our screensavers. Our customers love these to take full advantage of 4K HDR.
Das ist ein Bildschirmschoner. Das ist geil. Muss ich sagen, das ist geil.
Here we are in Dubai.
Aber kein Grund, sich ein Apple TV zu kaufen.
Even at night, you can see incredible details in the buildings and the cars on the road. Now, here's a city shot that really shows off the crispness and sharpness that's possible in the new Apple TV. Now, we've redone the whole Apple TV UI in 4K. The text is sharper, the images are brighter and more vibrant. But let's take a look at a 4K HDR clip.
Was kann der eigentlich? Der kann Musik, der kann Filme, der kann TV-Shows, der kann so komische Apps. Der kann ein Bild drauf angucken.
Yo, this high-tech stuff makes it too easy. Told you it was worth it. Okay, go, go, go. Oh, nice. We can hit like 5 more places tonight.
What's up, guys? You got your PIN number?
Whoa, you're the Avengers! What are you guys doing here?
Thor, Hulk. Good to finally meet you guys.
Oh, you'd be more handsome in person. Iron Man! Hey, what are you doing robbing a bank? You're a billionaire.
Hey! This feels so weird!
Whoa, what is that thing?
Aua.
I'm starting to think you're not the Avengers!
Was auch immer der Film jetzt sagen soll.
That was great, and that was all playing on the new Apple TV 4K. Now, at the heart of the Apple TV, we've got the powerful A10X Fusion chip. This is the same chip that's in our iPad Pro. And the new Apple TV isn't just slightly faster, it's remarkably faster. CPU performance is more than twice as fast as the current Apple TV, and graphics are more than 4 times faster. And of course, it runs the latest version of tvOS, the best operating system for the living room. Now, to experience 4K with HDR, you also need great content. And we've been working with the large Hollywood studios to bring all of their 4K
das ist
and
ein
HDR
Argument,
movie
weil sie
titles to iTunes.
also sagen, wir bringen
So
auch
now you'll have
Inhalt,
the
den man
biggest
darauf nachher
releases
gucken kann.
in the best picture quality, all on iTunes, all available for the same price as HD.
The Rock. Dein New Rock.
And if you bought one of those movies in HD from iTunes, we're going to automatically upgrade them to 4K HDR at no additional charge. Now, in addition to iTunes, we've been working with leading streaming providers like Netflix to bring their 4K HDR titles to Apple TV.
Wie lange ich das
And
denke,
later
dass es
this
hier
year,
geht, ich
Amazon Prime
vermute,
Video with all of their 4K
also 3/4 Stunde ist jetzt noch
HDR
schon rum.
originals
Es wird
as
wahrscheinlich
well.
was über iOS gesagt,
Now, last
über
year, we introduced the Apple TV
OS
app,
X,
an easy
vermute ich,
way to watch your favorite
iPhone.
movies and TV shows in a single place. It's been available in the US,
1-2 Stunden wird es sicher
and
noch
today
gehen.
I'm happy to announce
Also
we're
eine
bringing
Stunde
it to 7
mindestens.
additional countries. Canada
Ich glaube
and
eher 2
Australia
Stunden,
later this month, and the rest
weil
by
da
the
noch
end of the
einiges
year.
kommt. Aber dann noch eine kleine Band, wahrscheinlich die auftritt oder ein Sänger oder sowas, das kommt.
Now, for each country, it's
Da wird
really
irgendeine App noch
important that we have
vorgestellt,
the
die exklusiv
content
fürs
that
iPhone
those
kommt.
customers know
Ja,
and
das
love.
zieht sich schon
And
etwas
that's
in die
why
Länge.
we're adding all of these local services to Apple TV. Now, later this year, Apple TV will do even more because we're bringing live sports, so you'll never miss a game. If you're a huge sports fan like I am, you're really going to love this feature. If your favorite team is playing on ESPN, it'll automatically appear right first in the up next list. You'll even get notifications when a game's about to start or if there's a close game so you can start watching instantly. And if you
Ich weiß gar nicht, wie
scroll
lange es
up,
beim
you'll
letzten
see
Jahr,
even more
Jahr
games.
ging.
And in addition, we're
Deshalb kann ich
bringing
gar nicht
live
sagen,
news to
wie lange es
the
dieses
TV
Jahr genau
app.
gehen wird.
Now, let's take a
Ich
look
habe
at
zwar
those
geschaut, aber
games.
nicht auf
You
die
can
Uhr
see
geschaut, wie
we
lang es
show
dann
you the
wirklich gegangen
score
ist.
and the time remaining to help you decide which game to watch.
Bei der letzten Keynote, die war ja, glaube ich, im März, kann das sein? März, April, da wurde ja dieses AR vorgestellt, dieses Augmented Reality, so ähnlich wie VR. Nur eben, dass man da was in die Welt projiziert und das halt auf dem Bildschirm so sieht. Wie Pokémon Go quasi. So die Welt von Pokémon Go. Und das fand ich mega nice.
Always showing you what's best for you. Sports in the TV app is a real game changer for sports fans. And of course, the new TV app is available on your iPhone and iPad as well. Now, if you own an iPad or iPhone, there's no better choice than Apple TV. You can now share your photos on the big screen, including live photo effects, 4K video memories. You can play from the over 40 million songs in Apple Music, including the music that your friends are listening to. And because Apple TV is always home, you get anywhere, anytime access to all of your HomeKit accessories. And of course, you've got access to choose from the thousands of games and apps on the App Store. And with the A10X Fusion chip, there's so much more that Apple TV can do. And to see what's possible, we'd love to show you a new game from that game company. They're known for making artistic and critically acclaimed games.
Zwar nicht fürs iPhone, aber exklusiv für den Apple
Their
TV.
first game, called Flower, was chosen as the first video game ever to be in the permanent collection in the Smithsonian, which is very, very cool. So with
Gibt's
that,
jetzt
I would love to
nur für
welcome their
das
CEO,
Apple TV ein Spiel,
Genova
das nur darauf
Chen.
kommt, sonst nirgends, oder wie? Krass.
Thanks, Eddie.
Aber unnötig, finde ich. Aber, ja gut.
At Back Game
Hallo.
Company, we treat games as an art form. Today, many of us play games alone. But we believe games is a medium that can bring
Das
people
stimmt doch
together.
gar nicht. Ich spiele fast immer
And
Multiplayer.
that's exactly what we are going to do with our new game,
Ich
Sky.
spiele selten Singleplayer.
Together with me is my colleague Mike. And Mike, why don't we take off? Sky is a romantic social adventure game where you fly above the clouds to explore the wonders of a
Mehr,
mysterious
es geht nicht nur
world.
um Handy. Klar kann ich verstehen, das ist ein bisschen, wenn man sich nicht so sehr dafür interessiert, ein bisschen übertrieben und unverständlich. Aber ich finde, das ist halt Innovation. Nicht nur ein neues Handy, das sind auch Innovationen, die später auch in anderen Bereichen geben wird. Das neue iPhone, das erste iPhone, das hat die Welt verändert. Es gibt jetzt Firmen, die gibt es nur, weil Apple das vorgestellt hat. Viele Firmen, die jetzt Smartphones herstellen, die hat es nie gegeben oder hätte es nicht mehr jetzt gegeben, die wären schon lange insolvent. Oder was auch immer, wenn sie jetzt auch nicht Handys herstellen würden. Und das alles nur, weil Apple damals angefangen hat, ein Handy herzustellen. Und das sind Innovationen, die da vorgestellt werden. Teilweise gibt es die auch schon von anderen Firmen, muss man sagen, ja. Aber es gibt auch immer wieder neue Dinge, die Apple jetzt so erfindet und dann quasi verbreitet. Und dann, das ist echt interessant, was da alles so möglich ist. Und Melanie Uhl, ich grüße dich. Aber es hat ja nicht nur ein iPhone vorgestellt, es werden ja auch andere Dinge vorgestellt. Wie jetzt der Apple TV, der ist weniger interessant, aber die Uhr gerade eben. Oder neue Software und so. Kann man schon mögen. Also, muss man nicht mögen, aber kann man schon mögen, ja.
And let's see if we can draft off one of these creatures.
Aber das, warum man jetzt ein Spiel so zeigen muss, das verstehe ich jetzt nicht. Bisschen irrelevant.
We don't have time to show you everything, so we're gonna skip forward to
Genau,
the
weitermachen. Schnell weitermachen.
Light and
Langweilig.
dark are important themes of the game. In Sky, you play as the children of light. And your goal is to bring that light to where it is needed the most.
Sind das Sterne? Und ich verstehe das Spiel noch nicht so ganz. Ist es jetzt nur für den Apple TV oder wie soll das aussehen?
With the light, Mike was able to free all the butterflies, and together they can move on to the next part of the adventure. With a live orchestral soundtrack and a cinematic experiences, you can expect to be immersed in an ever-expanding world. So, join hands with your loved ones and play Sky exclusively on Apple TV, iPad, and iPhone this winter. Thank you.
Ich verstehe dieses Spiel nicht.
Thanks, Geneva.
Oder, ja, aber.
We can't wait for you to get your hands on Sky.
Kurze
We're so
Erklärung,
excited about the new
während die da langweilig weiterreden. Es gibt, Tim Cook, das ist der Chef von Apple, seitdem Steve Jobs tot ist. So, der präsentiert eigentlich das ganze Programm. Der erzählt so, führt durchs Programm und so, ist wieder Moderator und erzählt auch über neue Dinge. Und dann gibt es aber für jeden Fachbereich einen eigenen Präsentator, der dann meistens so Head of Team ist, also der im Team das. Oh, der Preis gerade hier, guck mal. Ludwig, das iPhone wurde noch nicht vorgestellt, das wird nachher noch vorgestellt. Ich vermute zu später Stunde. So, genau, jetzt kommt Tim wieder auf die Bühne, weil jetzt das mit dem Apple TV vorbei ist. Das heißt, jeder Fachbereich wird von einem anderen Moderator quasi geleitet oder auch einem, der davon wirklich Ahnung hat von dem Produkt und der dann was dazu erzählt und so. Und deshalb ist nicht mehr der gleich auf der Bühne. Aber das ist so die Hauptperson, das ist der Chef von Apple. Den sollte man mal gesehen haben.
Next up.
Oh, Mehr hat die Preise. Oh
iPhone.
Ja. Es geht. Juhu! Ach, jetzt sind aber hyped.
Apple has always believed that technology infused with humanity could improve people's lives and change the world. No other device
Nice.
in our
Ich dachte, das kommt erst viel später.
lifetimes have had the impact on the world that the iPhone has. Nothing else has become so essential or put so much power into so many people's hands than iPhone.
Das stimmt. iPhone ist eine Sache, die hat jetzt
Truly
verändert.
amazing how much
Warte, ich gebe dir recht, die Preise, die sind echt. Uiuiui.
impacts the world each and every day. Our intention with the iPhone has always been to create something so powerful, so immersive, and so magical that the hardware virtually disappears.
Wie
Over
viel
the last
gepostet
10
wird, guck
years,
mal.
we've
Alter, krass.
reimagined or invented numerous technologies to create just that experience. The first iPhone forever changed how we interact with
Guck,
technology
darüber
by
habe ich von geredet.
introducing
Das hat alles verändert, so ein
multi-touch.
bisschen.
For the first time, you were actually touching the software instead of buttons. It was magical. The App Store changed the way we work, play, learn,
Die Steuer ist echt cool. Mehr kann ich nur empfehlen.
spawning new companies and new
Das ist wie eine
industries
große
along the way.
wie ein Werbefilm eigentlich.
We took the viewing
So
experience
Dauerwerbesendung.
to places
Aber
literally
man guckt es
never
freiwillig
seen
an. Das kommt auch
before
selten vor.
with technologies like the Retina display. We changed the way people communicate with features like iMessage and FaceTime that allowed us all to connect in more meaningful ways. And with Siri, we used artificial intelligence to make our voices
Nutzt ihr
more
eure
powerful.
Sprachassistenten eigentlich am Handy, mal ganz ehrlich? So
iPhone
Google
even
Assistant oder
revolutionized
Siri oder.
security and privacy with
Nutzt ihr
Touch
sowas?
ID and our
Oder
wallet
tippt ihr lieber
and
selber
Apple Pay.
und sucht nach den Sachen, die ihr suchen wollt?
And of course, iPhone put amazing, easy-to-use cameras into our hands, becoming the most popular way to
iPhone
capture
X
the
wird's auch genannt.
images of our lives. Over the past decade,
Das Coole ist ja die ganzen Gerüchte, die jetzt aufkamen, die ganzen Leaks quasi, wo immer gezeigt wurde, so könnte das iPhone aussehen, so wird es aussehen. Man wusste nie, wird es wirklich so aussehen. Und jetzt ist die Wahrheit gleich da. Wird das iPhone so aussehen, wie man es sich
we
vorgestellt hat.
can create devices that
bin
are
gerade so
far
gehypt.
more intelligent, far more capable, far more personal than ever before. We have huge iPhone news for you today. And it gets started right now.
Jetzt geht's los. Alter, ich bin so hyped. Nee. Hä? Das ist nicht das iPhone 8. Jetzt, ich bin echt...
iPhone 8.
Nee.
iPhone 8. This is a huge step forward for iPhone. And to tell you all about it, I'd like to invite Phil to the stage. Phil?
Thank you, Tim. Well, good morning, everyone.
Nee.
I am so excited to tell you all about the new iPhone 8 and the new iPhone 8 Plus.
Ey.
These are a new generation of iPhone. And they improve on everything
Hä?
we love about
Ich dachte
iPhone.
Fullscreen Display.
The design is
Was
all
soll
new.
das?
It has glass in both the front
Twitter,
and the
hilf
back.
mir.
The aluminum band beautifully matches the finish of each iPhone 8. It comes in silver, space gray, and a beautiful new gold finish.
Nee. Das kann nicht
It's
sein.
made from an
Ich fühle mich gerade so
aerospace-grade
getrollt.
7000 series custom aluminum alloy. The glass has a 7-layer color process, making sure there's a beautiful, precise hue. And the glass is further reinforced by an internal laser-welded
Man kann doch nicht
steel and copper
3 Jahre
structure.
nacheinander
We're so excited
das
to
gleiche
get this
Design
glass with the
benutzen.
most
iPhone
durable
6, iPhone
ever
7,
in a
iPhone 8.
smartphone.
Die sehen genau gleich aus. Verdammt.
iPhone 8 and 8 Plus is also microscopically
Die
sealed
sehen genau
for
gleich.
water and dust
Alter.
resistance. And they have a new Retina HD display in each model. There's a
Immerhin Retina.
4.7-inch Retina
Oh.
display in iPhone 8 and a 5.5-inch in iPhone 8 Plus. Now, Apple Retina displays are renowned for their incredible color accuracy, and they have great wide cinema quality color gamut. We've built in our 3D touch technology into the display, and for the first time in an iPhone display, it has our True Tone technology. Now, with True Tone, it adapts the color, temperature, and intensity to the ambient light around us. Along with the displays, iPhone 8 and 8 Plus have new stereo speakers as well. They're 25% louder than the speakers in iPhone 7, and they have a deeper bass, too.
Ey, guck mal, wie das aussieht.
And this is pretty incredible. Inside iPhone 8 and 8 Plus is a brand new chip, and this is a breakthrough in performance in a mobile device. We call it
Ja, iPhone 8 wird gerade vorgestellt, Aaron, aber ich bin nicht so begeistert, wie ich es mir erhofft hatte.
This is the most powerful and smartest chip ever in a smartphone.
Es sieht genau gleich aus wie das iPhone 7.
64-bit design, 4.3 billion
Oh, ich bin
transistors,
jetzt...
6 core. We're gonna geek out here.
Letztes Jahr war das ja auch schon so, dass man dachte,
Awesome. It has two
das iPhone 7 wird geil und dann war das auch nur so
25%
langweilig.
faster than the high-performance cores in the previous industry-leading A10 chip.
Was?
There's 4
Ey.
high-efficiency cores. They're up to
Jonas sagt, ich
70%
nutze ja
faster
nur noch
than the ones
Sprache.
in the A10 chip.
Das ist
They're managed
cool,
by
wenn man
our
das immer so voll
second-generation
nutzt.
performance controller that
Ich
now
mache
can
es
use
ehrlich
all
gesagt
6
auch sehr, sehr
cores at
selten.
once. It can deliver up to
Ich wüsste gar nicht, wie man das bei mir
70%
aktiviert, muss ich ehrlich
improvement in
sagen.
multi-threaded
Ich habe
workloads.
okay, Google. Geht bei mir nicht, habe ich deaktiviert.
And they have our first ever Apple
Ich bin so enttäuscht gerade, ich höre dem schon gar nicht mehr zu.
GPU. This is a 3-core design.
Ich dachte, das sieht
30% faster than the
guckt euch das
graphics of
an.
the previous A10. The GPU is designed to accelerate 3D apps and games, especially
So
those that
wurde
use
das
our new
iPhone
Metal
sich
2 framework.
gewünscht und gedacht, es wird so aussehen. Guckt euch das an. Hier, randlos. Es ist komplett hier. Und wie sieht's aus? Wie ist iPhone 7?
There's more to it. The 11 Bionic includes our first new generation image signal processor. Or
Das ist der iPhone
ISP.
7.
So you know this is used in
Und das
photography.
8er
It delivers faster autofocus
sieht eigentlich,
in low light.
das sieht genau gleich aus. Guck mal, bei dem kleinen eine Kamera und bei dem Plus 2 Kameras, so aneinander geordnet.
And for the first time, to help
Es sieht
reduce
genau
noise, it is
gleich aus.
hardware-enabled multi-band noise reduction.
Oh,
All of this
jetzt bin ich
helps
echt,
improve
nee.
performance and helps us take better pictures. Perhaps the most beloved feature of every new generation of iPhone is the cameras. And people love taking photos, and customers send us their photos for our Shot on iPhone campaign. Like this one. This was sent from Jeremy Perez Cruz. He shot it with an
Nee, das
iPhone
kann doch nicht
7
sein.
Plus. And people are going to love taking pictures with the iPhone 8 camera. It is an all-new 12-megapixel
Sieht
sensor.
genau gleich aus wie die.
It's
Guck mal,
larger
guckt euch
and
das an.
faster. It provides 83% more light, and It provides more, it's more powerful
Genau
at
gleich
the
aus.
same time. It has deeper pixels and a new color filter. So this adds up to having better color saturation,
Es ist genau das
a
Gleiche.
wider dynamic range of color, and lower noise in your photos
Ich bin
and
gerade
videos.
so
iPhone 8
angenervt.
Plus has 2 new sensors in its dual camera. The wide-angle camera has an f1.8
Das iPhone 7
aperture
Plus
and
hat
optical
auch
image
2 Kameras.
stabilization. The telephoto camera has f2.8 aperture.
Sieht genau gleich
So as
aus.
always,
Es
we want to
sieht
show
genau
you
gleich aus wie das
the
iPhone 7.
photos you can take off of our
Und
new
alle dachten
cameras.
so, oh,
These
mega
are photos
cool.
we're gonna show that have not
Geil,
been
hier,
retouched
da.
in any way. They're straight off the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. So here's the first one. This is absolutely beautiful. Now that's not the Golden Gate Bridge. This is taken in Portugal. It shows the beauty of wide color gamut. There's great dynamic range, sharpness, and incredibly low noise. Just look at that blue sky.
Das Microgamer das neue iPhone wird iPhone 8 heißen. Und sieht genauso aus von außen wie das iPhone 7. Absolut genauso.
And the detail in the hair and the eyes. If you look closely in her eyes, you can actually see the photographer reflected there holding an iPhone to take the picture. Here's a great example of the amazing textures and depth in photography. You can really feel the fabric, and you can see details in her face behind the fabric. Here's a great example of low light
Ob
photography.
das iPhone X noch rauskommt?
Texture, detail, and very
Weiß
subtle
ich.
colors. in
Als ob da
darker
2
environments.
iPhones raus. Jetzt bin ich aber befordert. Als ob
Lastly,
heute
we
2
have
iPhones
portrait
vorgestellt
mode.
werden.
iPhone 8 takes fantastic portrait modes. And people flip over taking these photos. And now with the iPhone 8 Plus, you're going to get sharper details, more uses in low light, and even a more natural bokeh in the background of the photos. So this was a big hit. We had a surprise new feature last year, portrait mode. We brought it out in beta, and it just got better and better over time, and customers send us photos. They love this. So we challenged the engineering team to do that again, to make it easy for all of us to take advantage of an advanced photographic technique. And they're doing it. And it has to do with
Hoffentlich.
lighting.
Hoffentlich hat dieser
If you've
Luca
ever
recht.
had a
Er sagt, das kommt alles so flott rüber, da kommt bestimmt noch was. Nicht nur das 8 und das 8 Plus. Hoffentlich kommt da jetzt noch. Oder das X kommt. Wenn das X noch kommt, ich bin gespannt. Das können die eigentlich nicht bringen, dass sie damit jetzt ein neues Flaggschiff hinstellen. Jetzt verstehe ich auch, warum man die Zeit. Es kommt noch ein iPhone raus. Okay, ich habe nichts gesagt.
And here's how it works. You compose a photo in the camera app using the portrait mode.
Ich rede nur über die Kamera irgendwie. Bisschen langweilig gerade.
They create a depth map. They separate the subject from the background. And then using machine learning, it creates facial landmarks and actually changes the lighting of the contours over your face. And that happens while you're composing the shot.
Das ist cool. Das ist eine coole Funktion, muss man sagen, aber ja, gut. Kann ich mit Photoshop auch. Aha.
It's super easy to use. Right when you're in the camera app, you use portrait mode, and there's a new menu to select the lighting effect you want to use. You just swipe to pick a different effect for whatever you want to shoot. Now, these aren't filters. This is real-time analysis of the light on your subject's face. In fact, you can go in later, after you shot a portrait mode photo, into the Photos app and change the lighting effect to select which one you want to use on your photograph.
Also hoffentlich also das ist ja nie offiziell, was sie jetzt wirklich rausbringen. Das weiß man ja mehr erst, wenn es soweit ist, weil davor wird nur vermutet. Ich hoffe sehr stark für Apple, dass sie jetzt noch das X-Modell rausbringen oder das unter einem anderen Namen rausbringen, aber auf jeden Fall noch ein iPhone rausbringen, weil das, was sie gerade gezeigt haben, das war einfach so super. Danke, und jetzt da war überhaupt nichts dabei, was mich jetzt irgendwie interessiert. Ich bin gerade ein bisschen so in der Down-Phase, so von wegen Hype und so.
This enables faster frame rates and higher quality video. It does real-time image and motion analysis to predict changes in the content and optimize the video encoding algorithms.
Hoffentlich.
So while you're shooting video, let's say 4K 60 frames a second, the iPhone 8 divides each frame into individual tiles, 2 million of them. And we analyze the 2 million tiles every second, looking for details like texture and edges to predict whether that tile has grass, sky, water, or movement in it. So let's say you're shooting 4K 60 frame of video, it can look like this.
Das ist interessante Videotechnik, habe ich so noch gar nicht gesehen.
For quality and for compression level. And this video was shot on an iPhone in 4K. It's amazing. And if you're one of the many people who love shooting
Moin
slow-mo
Dodo,
videos,
ich bin so,
that's gone a lot better
ich hoffe
too.
so.
Now you can shoot at 1080p HD, 240 frames a second. That's double the frame rate of previous. Absolutely beautiful. So now, iPhone 8 is incredible for shooting photos. It's incredible for video. There's a third category of use of the camera that's going to become increasingly important in our mobile devices. And that's augmented reality.
Guck, das habe ich gemeint. Das ist nicht so doof.
And our teams have worked together, hardware and software, to make iPhone 8 the first iPhone really created for augmented reality.
Was ich gehört habe, dass beim neuen iPhone Wi-Fi-Charging, also kabelloses Aufladen ermöglicht wird. Das heißt, du hast einen Tisch, legst das Handy drauf und es lädt. Kennen wir ja von Samsung teilweise schon. Und das weiß man daher, weil bei Apple im neuen iOS-System eine Sounddatei gefunden wurde im Betriebssystem, die geht so ungefähr. Bing. Dieses Bing kennt man vom normalen Aufladen. Wenn man es einsteckt, das iPhone, dann macht es kurz Bing, dass man weiß, es lädt. Dieses Bing, diese Sounddatei, die lässt stark darauf vermuten, dass es wie so ein Auflademechanismus ist, der dann halt Wireless Charging immer dann als Sound kommt, wenn man Wireless chargt. Das wäre richtig nice.
So here's one example. It's a game, Warhammer 40K Freeblade from Pixel Toys. You can now use their photo mode to bring the Freeblade Knight into the real world and play it right where your friends are standing around.
Das ist nice. Da machst du einfach, hebst das Handy hin und dann zeigt es dir Dinge, die gar nicht da sind.
From Major League Baseball's advanced media team. Enhancing the at-bat app with AR.
Kannst gucken, welcher Spieler gerade spielt.
You can hold up your iPhone and see real-time player information and stats on top of the game you're watching.
Das ist eine Funktion, die wird keiner nutzen, weil du willst halt das Spiel sehen, aber das ist trotzdem allein auf die Idee zu kommen, ist schon mal cool.
This isn't some generic sky. This is the sky around you. So now we want to show you an exciting AR app right here live on stage playing on an iPhone 8.
Guck, jetzt kommt wieder der Typ rein, der sich mit der App auskennt, die jetzt vorgestellt wird. Und er kommt halt extra für die App auf die Bühne und dann zeigt er die kurz. Deshalb dauert es mal ein bisschen länger, bis er danach alles vorangeht.
So please welcome Mehr, CEO and co-founder of Directive Games. Atli?
Thanks, Phil. Earlier this summer, with the introduction of ARKit, Apple changed gaming forever. What we're about to show you is one of the world's first competitive multiplayer games designed to be played entirely in augmented reality.
Nee, das wird immer ist beim iPhone echt cool. Guck, das ist jetzt live die Vorschau.
In the game, players battle their friends in real time.
Sieht einfach geil aus. Das macht der gerade da drüben, der Typ mit seinem hier. Der macht das gerade. Hebt sein Handy da hin und dann wird es hier gezeigt.
Preparing a match for us, where we play the rebels against the dominators. What's really cool is with ARKit,
das ist echt eine coole Funktion, muss ich ja sagen.
We are able to experience games in an entirely new way. Since players are able to view the game from any angle, our content has to be incredibly detailed. With the power of the new iPhone and Unreal support for Metal 2, we are able to render the entire level on screen. An amazing.
Das ist ein Argument für Gamer, dass das iPhone 8 kein Wireless Charging hat. Klar, mit Glas geht sowas nicht.
To really appreciate the high visual fidelity. And just look at those 4K textures.
Vielleicht war der Ton noch nur ein Troll, was ich nicht glaube, dass er da einfach nur zum Spaß reingemacht wurde. Das würde ich aber Apple nicht zutrauen.
AR allows us to use our position in the real world to gain a tactical advantage. Just look how Andre is moving towards this cave, lining up his targets. This is something that would have been hard to do with pinch and zoom.
Alter, guck euch das an.
It's like you're not just controlling the game, you're in the game. Right? Another awesome addition to
du hiebst einfach dein Handy hin und dann kannst du so eine Welt hier dann vor dir aufbauen.
Close to the action, the sound increases.
Guck, da ist einfach ein leerer Tisch, das ist so lustig. Da steht er vor dem leeren Tisch und da guckt er einfach die Dinge an, die es eigentlich so gar nicht gibt.
And with the stereo speakers on the new iPhone, This is truly amazing. It looks like we're getting hit pretty hard. Yes. Deploy a shield, protect our heroes. Now let's rain fire on our enemies, move closer to their base.
Die zögern gerade ein bisschen unnötig heraus. Echt, mit Glas geht Wireless Charging? Ich würde jetzt nichts Falsches sagen.
Can you take it out at the same time? What you just saw is an amazing evolution in how games are played and experienced, thanks to the combination of ARKit and Metal 2 on the brand new iPhone. We can't wait for
wusste ich gar nicht. Ich dachte, es braucht so was Leitendes. Also so ein...
exclusively on iOS. Thank you.
Ach so, jetzt, ja, ich verwechsel hier gerade was. Ja, ich sag einfach nichts mehr zu Wireless Charging, bis das offiziell angekündigt wird.
Let's talk about wireless.
Das war ich mal gerade geschockt. Er hat aber nicht Charging gesagt, nur Wireless.
Boy, were we right. And that's becoming more true than ever before with iPhone 8. It supports LTE Advanced for fast networking connections.
Das kennt man ja schon.
Bluetooth 5.0 for the latest accessories. Of course, it supports our great beloved AirPods and the Beats X headphones that use our W1 chip, and the new Beats Studio 3s as well. And now with iPhone 8, with its glass back, we're enabling the freedom of wireless.
Es sieht ja nicht schlecht aus, muss ich ja sagen, aber das ist das gleiche wie das iPhone.
I mean, this is a simple thing. We do this every day. We use our phones in the day and we charge them at night, often on a charger by our bedstand in our homes or in our hotels.
Guck das an.
And words can't describe just how much nicer it is to just put it down and pick it up whenever you want to charge without ever having to plug in a cable again. You're going to want to do this by your bedside. You're going to want to do this in a cafe or restaurant as they start to support wireless charging. You want to do it in an airport so you can top up your charge before you get on the next flight. And perhaps the best use case of all,
irgendwann hat ein Handy keine Anschlüsse mehr.
Connect and start using CarPlay, put your iPhone on the center console, and it's charging, all without ever having to plug in a cable again. What makes this possible is we're building into iPhone 8 and 8 Plus wireless charging with Qi. Now, Qi is the leading openness wireless charging standard. And we hope to help Qi by increasing adoption of it, new use cases for it. Many restaurants, shops, airports, cars have started to build in support for Qi wireless charging. And the
Michael Gamer sagt,
iPhone 8. Many companies are offering
es braucht was Leitendes im Handy selbst und darf nicht abgeschirmt werden durch eine Metallrückseite. Das ist halt nicht Dings da, nicht Dings macht, sag schon. Warte mal kurz. Belkin? Mophie? Und das war's. Okay. Mit den zwei Filmen kann man das aufladen, sonst nicht. Charging ist da.
From the glass and aluminum design to the Retina HD displays, the new A11 Bionic chip. They're designed for AR apps like no phone has been before. They have new single and dual cameras. They have support for the brand new photo lighting effects in portrait mode and wireless charging. Now, iPhone 7 came in these three configurations starting at 32 gigabytes.
Nico hat kein ETS.
We're really happy to tell you iPhone 8 is going to start with twice the capacity at 64 gigabytes and have a second one at 256 gigabytes.
Ich wusste es.
And the price will be $699.
Okay, da muss ein neues iPhone kommen. Kann ja nicht anders sein.
Will have the same two configurations.
Kann ja nicht anders sein. Das ist viel zu billig für den Flaggschiff.
256 gigabytes and it will be priced starting at $799. We'll be able to pre-order them starting this Friday on September 15th, and they'll be available a week later on September 22nd. And we can all upgrade to iOS 11 starting on September 19th. So that is iPhone 8. I'd like to turn it back to Tim.
Wenn jetzt das neue iPhone kommt, also das richtig neue, das neue, dann ist aber hier die Bude am Dampfen, ey.
iPhone 8, a new generation of iPhone, and a huge step forward. But we're not stopping there. We do have One more thing. Now, we have great respect for these words, and we don't use them lightly. Our teams have been hard at work for
Jetzt bin ich so gespannt, Leute.
on something that is important to all of us. The future of the smartphone. The first iPhone revolutionized a decade of technology
Alter, mein
and
Puls.
changed the world in the process.
Ich muss noch meinen Geldbeutel holen, ich muss das direkt vorbestellen dann am Freitag.
It is only fitting that we are here in this place on this day to reveal a product that will set the path for technology for the next decade.
Ich dachte, es wäre ein Handy gewesen. Und Vorderseite, Vorderseite. Zeig die Vorderseite.
Thank you. Thank you. This is iPhone 10. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone. And to tell you all about it, I'd like to invite Phil back up. Phil?
Thank you, Tim.
Alter.
I think you can imagine there are a lot of people at Apple that didn't get much sleep last night preparing for this. This is so exciting. I mean, it is all screen. It's beautiful to look at. It is incredible to hold. The display fits edge to edge, top to bottom. It goes into each corner where it follows the tight curve of the design. It has glass on both the front and the back, using the same super strong formula as iPhone 8. The band is made from a surgical grade stainless steel that's both durable and polished to a beautiful finish. And look how the glass and the stainless steel form a continuous surface from front to back. There has never been anything like it. It's engineered to be water and dust resistant at a microscopic level. Comes in two beautiful finishes, space gray and silver. Each has an incredible depth and a pearlescence to the color in the glass. iPhone 10 has an all-new display. It's called
Aber guck mal auf diesen Leaks, es sieht genau gleich aus. Es sieht ziemlich gleich aus wie auf diesen Bildern hier, die wir so vorgestellt bekommen. Ich muss mir das holen.
Start with the Super Retina display is 5.8 inches on the diagonal. It's got 2436 by 1125 resolution. That's over 2.7 million pixels. It has 458 pixels per inch. Now this is the highest resolution and pixel density ever in an iPhone.
Krass, Alter.
I mean, it's remarkable how this larger display can be packed into a phone that fits so comfortably in our hands.
Oh, da muss aber nur noch eine Handballenerkennung sein, dass wenn du hier also im Handy also am Rand also ein bisschen festhebst, dass dann dein Handballen hier nicht drückt, dass nur die Finger nachher zählen.
Like high contrast and resolution, and no backlight means you can make them thinner. But they came with trade-offs in brightness and rich colors and color accuracy, at least compared to our Retina displays. But the Super Retina display overcomes all of these deficiencies and lives up to all that we expect from an iPhone display. In addition, the new Super Retina display supports HDR in both the Dolby Vision and HDR10 formats. It has an incredible 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio. It has the best color accuracy. It integrates our unique 3D touch technology.
Ich tippe auf 1100 oder 1200. Für ein Handy, gebt euch das für ein Smartphone. Aber das ist alt. Geil. Das iPhone, die erste iPhone Keynote habe ich erst im Nachhinein gesehen. Vor einem Jahr, vor 1,5 Jahren.
that's more
Weil
fluid,
damals habe ich die gar nicht
more
gesehen.
intuitive.
Damals war ich auch kein Apple-Fan, als es
So let's start
vor
with the
iPhone und so, da war ich viel
simplest
zu jung für sowas.
How do you wake up your iPhone
Ich
10?
war so, hatte
Well, simply you
Gänsehaut,
can
als ich das
raise
auf
to
YouTube
wake
geschaut
just
habe,
like
die
before,
Wiederholung.
but
5
now you
Jahre
can
später
also
ungefähr, keine Ahnung.
just tap on the screen and it wakes up. Now
Okay.
with the display going edge to edge and top to bottom, there's
Bottom,
no more home button.
bottom.
And this is an important part and a big step forward in the iPhone user experience. Something we use hundreds of times a day for so many tasks is an opportunity to rethink how iPhone should work and how we can make it better.
Wie viel Geld habe ich auf dem
Now,
Konto?
when you want to go to the home screen, you simply swipe up from the bottom and you go home. It's
You go
that
home.
simple. It's that easy. It's incredibly smooth. And once you do it for the first time, you'll know there's never been a better way. And it works the same way across the system.
Das ist so
You're running an
geil.
app like Mehr and you want to go home, what do? You simply swipe up from the bottom.
Ist aber sehr
and you go
ungewöhnlich.
home. It's that easy and that
Aber geil.
intuitive.
Du hast nämlich
So
diesen,
much nicer. Now the same
diesen,
fluid gesture also works
diesen
for
Control Center.
multitasking.
Den gibt's
So
nicht
if you're
mehr.
in an app and you want to multitask, you just swipe up from the bottom, you pause for a split second, and you're in multitasking. And then you can tap on any app and jump right to it.
Das sind so geile Dinge, die der Knöpfe ersparen.
We also use the home button for Siri. So how are we going to do that now? Well, of course, you can just speak to your phone as before and say, "Hey Siri." No, I didn't set anyone's phones off. Or you can now
Da hat er
press
gerade Hey Siri gesagt, dass die im
the side
Publikum,
button,
dass
which
die
has been
Handys
made
angehen.
larger. Once you press it in, you can just talk to Siri.
Das ist wie auf Google, dieser
I know what you're
Bamboo.
thinking about. Well, what
Bimbo.
about unlocking? How do you unlock your phone with iPhone 10? I mean, this has been very important
Jetzt kommt's.
part
Wie
of
kann man
the
sein iPhone
user
entsperren?
experience from the very beginning.
Wie kann man sein iPhone entsperren?
The first iPhone, we led the way with multi-touch, and we created slide to unlock. And this protected the iPhone from turning on when you didn't want it to, like in your pocket. Starting with iPhone 5S, we invented Touch ID. We made it fast and easy to protect all your data and unlock your phone with just your fingerprint. And Touch ID became the gold standard in consumer device biometric protection. But we know we can do something that's better.
Jetzt kommt's.
With iPhone 10, your iPhone is locked until you look at it and it recognizes you.
Augen.
Nothing has ever
Iris.
been simpler, more natural, and effortless. We call this Face ID.
Ich bin begeistert.
So Face ID is the future of how we will unlock our smartphones and protect our sensitive information. To make Face ID possible, it took some of the most advanced
Ja,
technology
Mehr,
we have
es ist
ever
ein
created.
Iris-Scanner.
And much of
Ein
it
sehr
is
guter,
packed right up
hoffentlich.
here into this tiny little area at the top of the display. We call this the True Depth Camera System. And it is
Es
made up
sieht
of
so nice aus,
incredible
dieses iPhone.
state-of-the-art technology. There's an
Sieht so
infrared
geil aus.
camera, a flood illuminator, the front side camera, and a dot projector. And that's not all. There's also the proximity sensor, the ambient light sensor, the speaker and
Alter,
microphone,
dieses
all
iPhone.
packed
Oh,
into this True Depth Camera
mein
System
Geldbeutel.
area. It is amazing. And here's how it works. Every time you glance at your iPhone 10, it detects your face with the flood illuminator, even in the dark. The IR camera takes an IR image.
Was ist, wenn ich irgendwie
The dot projector projects out over
gerade total
30,000
im Dunkeln bin?
invisible IR dots.
Wie kann ich das denn entsperren?
We use the IR image and the dot pattern, and we push them through neural networks to create a mathematical model of your face. And then we check that mathematical model against the one that we've stored that you set up earlier to see if it's a match and unlock your phone. And this all happens in real time. It all happens invisibly. You don't see these things going off. It's incredible. It just all works and all happens.
Nice.
To create Face ID, we worked with thousands of people around the world, and the team took over 1 billion images. And with that, they developed multiple neural networks to create Face ID. And to process the machine learning in Face ID's neural networks, we built Apple's first ever neural engine. Yeah, this is a big deal. In our pockets, in our phones, is an
Mit Beleuchtung?
bionic chip with a
Ah,
built-in
okay.
neural engine
Scheinbar
to
geht's auch so.
process face
Wenn ich mich
recognition.
im Gesicht verletzt habe und dann hier so komplett ein Pflaster drüber oder so, dann geht's wohl eher weniger.
Now, the
Aber gut.
neural engine is specialized hardware built for a specific set of machine learning algorithms. This is another example of the incredible collaboration between the hardware and software teams that's only possible at Apple. The neural engine is a state-of-the-art
Mal gucken, wie lange der Akku halten wird.
system. It uses our highest density computing ever. It's a dual-core design. It can perform over 600 billion operations per second, and it's used to the real-time processing of Face ID recognition. But for all of us, it's just super easy and fun to use.
Das weiß man noch nicht, was das kostet. Wahrscheinlich über 1000. Nehmen alle an, die darüber philosophieren.
So Face ID can recognize your face. And that's it. You do that once when you set it up. And Face ID learns your face. Even if you change your hairstyle, you decide to put on glasses, you're wearing a hat, so you do it up any way you do it, Face ID learns your face. It learns who you are. And it adapts to you as your face changes over time. Let's say you start to grow a beard. It works in day, it works at night. And the teams worked hard to make sure that Face ID can easily be spoofed by things like photographs. They've even gone and worked with professional mask makers and makeup artists in Hollywood to protect against these attempts to beat Face ID. These are actual masks used by the engineering team to train the neural networks to protect against them in Face ID. It's incredible. The teams worked hard to protect your face data. Yes.
Krasse Sache.
Your face data is protected with the secure enclave and the A11 Bionic chip. All the processing is done on iPhone X and not sent to a server. We require user attention to unlock. That means if your eyes are closed, you're looking away, it's not going to unlock.
Gute Idee.
Now, how do we compare that to Touch ID?
Servus, Gamerzocker. Grüß dich.
Well, there's no perfect system, not even biometric ones. But as we said earlier, Touch ID is the gold standard for consumer device biometric protection. And the data for Touch ID has been 1 in 50,000, meaning that the chance that a random person could use their fingerprint to unlock your iPhone has been about 1 in 50,000.
Und jetzt kommt's. Jetzt kommt's.
So what are the similar statistics for Face ID? 1 in a million.
Das heißt, wenn du deinen Finger 1 kennst auf deinem Handy, gibt es eine Person von 50.000, die das mit ihrem Finger dein Handy entsperren kann. Und bei dem nur eine Person aus 1 Million, die mit ihrem Gesicht dein iPhone entsperren können.
Of course, the statistics are lower if that person shares a close genetic relationship with you. So for example, if you happen to have an evil twin, you really need to protect your passcode with your sensitive data with a passcode. Hopefully you don't. Face ID also works with Apple Pay. So to pay for things, you just double tap the button on the side. You look at iPhone X to authenticate and hold it near the payment terminal to pay. It's that easy, fast, intuitive, simple. Face ID also works with third-party apps. Third-party apps already support Touch ID and they'll work with Face ID. So apps like Mint, 1Password,
Du willst deinen Bankstatus wissen, wie viel Geld auf dem Konto hast, nimmst dein Handy, gehst auf die Bank-App, guckst kurz hin, das Handy weiß, hey, ich bin wirklich die Person und dann kannst du deinen Kontostand sehen. Oder Geld überweisen oder Dinge tun, die nur du tun darfst.
It's trained with neural networks. It's easy to set up. It learns your face and it adapts to your face over time. It's aware of your attention. It works with Apple Pay and it works with third-party apps. This TrueDepth camera system is incredible technology, and it's going to enable so many great user experiences. The first one, of course, is Face ID. But the team decided to create another great experience with it as well. This is a fun one. It has to do with emojis.
Oh,
we
jetzt
use
kommt's.
emojis to communicate with others.
Ich weiß es nicht, Dodo.
Express emotion, but of course you can't
Wahrscheinlich viel zu
customize
teuer.
emojis. They only have a limited amount of expressiveness to them. So our team created something called Animoji. These are animated emojis.
Nice! Die gab's vor Ewigkeiten gab es sowas schon mal, wenn man E-Mails und so geschickt hat und so komische Chatforen.
Animojis track more than 50 facial
Nee,
muscle
oder?
movements.
Ist das
They've been
geil?
meticulously animated to create amazing expressiveness.
Also Emojis schicken, die immer genauso gucken, wie du gerade guckst.
The way you create and share an emoji are right from within Apple Messages.
You said a little late. Where are you?
You can pick from a dozen different animated emojis.
Ist das
Share
geil.
and express whatever you want to express to your family and friends. So iPhone X is packed with innovative technologies that enable new user experiences. I'm really excited to invite out Craig Federici to show you
Alter.
iPhone X and what it's like to use it.
Das sind wieder so
for the very
unnötige
first
Dinge
time.
von Apple, die so
Craig?
mega geil sind.
Hey, everybody. Wow, well, I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to give all of you your first live look at iPhone X. This is a phone we've been dreaming about for a long time, but the reality of it in your hand, it's really something epic. So let's take a look.
Jetzt über das iPhone 8 in die Hand.
iPhone X. Now, unlocking
10,
it
sorry.
is as easy as looking at it and swiping up. And, you know, let's try that again.
Das geht's nicht.
Ho, ho, ho. Let's go to backup here.
Jetzt geht's nicht. Vorführeffekt.
And get right in. So here we are, and you see this expansive display. It's just a beautiful canvas for all of your content and your gestures. And I'm just going to go into the weather app here, and you can just see how apps look when they take advantage of the edge-to-edge display. Now, exiting an app couldn't be easier. You just swipe from the bottom, just like this, and throw the app right back on the home screen.
Das ist schon wie bei Bildern in der Galerie-App. Da geht es ja auch schon so.
Right up.
In der
Let's take a
Foto-App.
look at the web. It just looks unbelievable, edge to edge on this display. And your photos, of course, are just gorgeous as well. Let's jump into this one. Just amazing.
Yes.
Now, video, of course, is unbelievable on the Super Retina display. It looks great in portrait and in landscape. And of course, this is HDR video. Just incredible looking.
Moment kurz.
Now, Phil told you a little bit about multitasking on the device. Let me show you. I'm just going to jump into Maps. If I want to move between my applications, I can just swipe up and stop, and my other apps all come in. I can get at them with a
Das sind so
tap.
coole Sachen, Alter, die da rauskommen.
Lift. It's just that easy. And we have a great shortcut as well. You can actually move back between apps just by swiping along the bottom like this. It's really easy. Now, you may be wondering about Control Center. And worry not. Right where your status indicators are in the upper right-hand
Wo ist
corner,
der?
you can just swipe down and get at Control Center from anywhere. It's that easy.
Auch nicht schlecht.
Now let's take a look again at Face ID, because unlocking your phone is just amazingly intuitive. You just raise it, look at it, and swipe right up to get started.
Frische Sache.
But now it's also incredibly fast, so I'm just going to do that again. Just raise it, look at it, swipe. I don't have to wait. And it's also really, really smart. So let's say I wake my phone and I'm not looking at it. It stays locked. But once I give it my attention, well, it unlocks and I can get right in. It's really cool. Now, Face ID is also great for Apple Pay. So if I'm at the register, I can just double click on the side button. I'm authenticated, and I can get in just like that. Now, the True Depth camera behind Face ID isn't just about authentication. In fact, we've extended ARKit with some incredible new face tracking capabilities that provide a whole new class of augmented reality
Du musst nichts
experience.
mehr selber machen,
Now,
so
we've been
quasi.
working on one with Snapchat, and I'd like to show it to you now. So I'm going to launch in. You see it builds a mesh in my face, and now I can just select a mask.
Alter, die sind so viel besser, diese Masken, als diese Hundefilter oder so.
Let's check out this one. Now look at the detail over the eyes, the incredible metallic
Das ist so viel besser, als diese komischen Hundefilter mit dieser Zunge, die da immer raushängt. Ey.
Now, of course, many of us like to communicate with emoji. And with Animoji, we can now breathe our own personality into our favorites. It's available as an app right inside of Messages. So I can just go right in here, and it immediately starts tracking me. So I can make whatever expression I want, like,
ist das süß.
and just pick that up and use it as a sticker.
drop it on my message like that. We also let you manipulate these in full screen. You can audition your favorites, and there's some really great ones, like the kitty cat, so expressive and ferocious. The happy puppy. Check out the physics in the ears. The pig.
Oh, ist das geil!
We've got a chicken. And the unicorn, mythical creature, favorite of the startup. And yes. If you were by chance wondering what humanity would do,
Bitte mach das auf dem Homescreen, dass immer wenn ich mein Handy angucke, dann ist eine Figur nicht anredet.
You now have your answer. Now, these can be so much fun, you're going to want to share them. Unfortunately, we let you record messages. I'm going to record a message here for Tim. Hey, Tim, I'm not sure what the protocol is here, but I'd like to call dibs on the fox for my favorite emoji. Which one do you like? Hey, Tim, I'm not sure what the protocol is here, but I'd like to call dibs on the fox.
Das ist iPhone X, iPhone 10.
Now, you can send it with just a tap, and it appears as a looping video right inside the transcript. If we're really lucky for our grand finale, we might just get a response back from Tim. Oh, here it is. Let's take a look.
Take me to your leader. Wait a minute, Craig. I am your leader. Let's wrap this thing up.
Ist das geil.
So that is your first look at the new iPhone 10 and the amazing experience with the True Depth camera and Animoji. I think you're going to love it. Thank you very much.
Ich bin wieder begeistert, auch wenn ich das vorher nicht war.
Thank you, Craig. Now let's talk about the amazing cameras in iPhone 10.
So, jetzt soll ich aber wissen, was ist da jetzt drin?
12 megapixel sensors, dual cameras, both a faster sensors, wider sensors, just like in iPhone 8. There's new color filters, new deeper pixels. There's an f1.8 aperture on the wide-angle camera, and a faster f2.4 aperture on the telephoto. So that lets in 36% more light to the telephoto camera. But the big news on the camera on the iPhone 10 is it has dual optical image stabilization.
Nein,
that
Alter,
means OIS,
dann wackelt nichts
both
mehr
the
beim
wide angle
Film.
and the telephoto lens. That's a lot of magnets moving around in a very small space, but it helps with compensating for handshake and to take better photos and videos in low light. There's also a better quad LED two-tone flash that has twice the uniformity of light on our subjects. So let's look at some photos taken from the backside camera on iPhone 10. This is absolutely beautiful. Great dynamic range, detail, low noise.
Wenn es auf WhatsApp gehen würde, das wäre so Hammer.
Photo. The textures are simply
Ich glaube nicht, dass es bei WhatsApp
Now,
auch
there's zero
funktioniert.
shutter lag, and that helps to freeze motion, so we can
Das
get a
ist,
photo
glaube
like
ich, nur,
this.
wenn beide Leute
Blue
Apple
sky
haben und dann über
photo.
iMessage sich unterhalten.
Absolutely to die for.
Vielleicht irgendwann auf WhatsApp, aber da muss dann eher, glaube ich, WhatsApp sich drum kümmern. Entweder muss WhatsApp gucken, dass sie das einbauen, oder Apple muss es freigeben, dass die das einbauen können. Oder beides. Aaron, du hast das Beste verpasst. Das iPhone X hast du verpasst. Du hast das neue iPhone verpasst, Aaron. Guck mal hier, so sieht das aus. So ähnlich wie das hier. Und zwar genau so. Das ist das neue iPhone.
Again, a photo taken right off of iPhone 10, not retouched in any way, with a stage lighting effect dropping out the background. iPhone 10 is great for photos, it's amazing for 4K video, and like iPhone 8, it's tuned for AR applications. There's factory calibrated cameras, the new gyroscope, an accelerometer.
Discord wäre auch cool. Ja, auf Discord wird das wohl eher erstmal nicht kommen. Die Animojis.
For iPhone 10. Now the backside camera that we use so much is not the only camera, of course, on the iPhone. We have our front side camera as well, and people love to use those for taking selfie photographs. And now with iPhone 10 and its True Depth camera, it really delivers a breakthrough in the photos you can take for selfies.
Aaron, es wird wahrscheinlich über 1.000 Euro kosten. Vermutet man stark. Zwischen 1.000 und 1.200. Mikro gleich mal die IDs. Die Idee finde ich nicht schlecht. dann können halt die Android haben, nur das angucken, aber nicht selber benutzen. Und hätten das dann als Video oder so, wobei das als Video zu bekommen auch immer doof wäre. Das ist einfach viel Speicher. Das müsste man in WhatsApp dann nicht als Video bekommen oder als GIF, sondern als wirklich so als Sticker.
Hitting on the highlights again because there has never been anything like it. A 64-bit, 6-core design, 4.3 billion transistors, 2 high-performance cores, 4 high-efficiency cores, a new second-generation performance
iPhone 10 heißt iPhone X. Das X ist ja römisch 10.
Our first Apple design graphics processing unit, the brand new ISP that improves autofocus.
Nee, Jonas halt hat. Das geht nur mit dem iPhone X. Jonas. Diese Funktion wird es niemals auf Discord geben, so wie es das hier gerade gibt. Das geht nur mit der Kamera, die im iPhone X verbaut ist. Mit dieser Gesichtserkennung und so. Das wird auf einem PC niemals funktionieren. In dieser Variante. Der Akku oder was? Das habe ich nicht aufgepasst. Ich habe nicht zugehört.
Hardware and software teams work really hard to deliver 2 more hours of all-day battery life to us.
Ah doch, Batterie.
So, wireless. Just like iPhone 8, iPhone 10 is also built for a wireless world. It has Qi charging through the glass back, and it will work with the Qi charging devices, like the ones that we mentioned earlier from Mophie and Belkin. It will also work with third-party Qi devices that are Qi certified. And there are a lot of great devices that are going to start to come to market, particularly because of iPhone 8 and iPhone 10.
Ja, iPhone 10 und iPhone X ist das gleiche. Das ist genau das gleiche. Also das X steht in römisch für die Zahl 10, deshalb kann man beides sagen.
So we're going to give you a sneak peek of this idea right now. I'm sure many of you do this. I do this. I have a lot of Apple products. I love them. I use them all day long. I charge them at night. You plug in your cables. You plug in your chargers. You take those cables and chargers with you on the road when you travel. We think we have an idea of how to make this a better experience. And here it is. It's a mat that you place your iPhone 8 or iPhone 10 down, and it just starts to charge. And there's a beautiful new interface. It doesn't stop there. You can place your Series 3 Apple Watch down on it, and it starts to charge as well.
Alter.
And you can place your AirPods with the optional new wireless charging case on it, and it starts to charge as well. They all charge.
Und dann hat sie eine Übersicht, wie viel schon geladen hat. Ist das geil.
This system has a great interface. They intelligently work together and communicate with each other to manage the charging through one more efficient charging system. This is not possible with current standards, but our team knows how to do this. We call it Air Power.
Air Power. Geil.
We hope people love it, that it encourages others to create more advanced solutions based on technology like this. We're going to be working with the Qi Standards team to incorporate these benefits into the future of the standards, to make wireless charging better for everyone. So look for the AirPower charger next year. So that is iPhone 10. It is the future of the smartphone. It is packed with many innovative features, huge list, we won't go through them all, and they add up to a new, better experience.
Aaron, sonst nichts Wichtiges eigentlich, was du nicht verpasst
We're so
hast.
excited about iPhone 10, we created a beautiful video to tell you all about it.
Ein Video, aufpassen, zuhören.
For more than a decade, our intention has been to create an iPhone that is all display. A physical object that disappears into the experience. This is iPhone 10.
Okay.
Developing the form and display together defines a whole new integration, making the boundary between the device and the screen hard to discern. The custom OLED panel was engineered to fold and seamlessly combine with the external
Diese Videos allein sind schon cool genug.
Mechanical buttons give way to touch and gestures. There's no home button. A single swipe takes you to the home screen. A more responsive touch system means the gestures in iOS 11 are more fluid.
MacBook haben noch nicht, nee.
The polished stainless steel band reinforces the water-resistant all-glass design. This new glass formulation, the most durable ever in a smartphone, enables for the first time wireless charging. Our new True Depth camera system, contained within this tiny space, uses extraordinary depth sensing technology to let you unlock your phone with a glance.
Wasserfest? Wasserfest?
This Face ID. It maps the unique
Wenn jetzt das Handy nimmt und ins Wasser mitnimmt, dann das wasserfest wäre.
Invisible dots.
Sag das nicht.
This data is analyzed by the neural engine on the A11 Bionic chip, the first of its kind. Your iPhone now recognizes you, even in the dark, and will adapt to your physical changes. This makes your face your secure password. So with just a look, you can authenticate your phone or use Apple Pay. The True Depth camera also enables new experiences.
Nice.
Like bringing emojis to life by mapping more than 50 facial muscles in real time. So you can be happy or sad or cross. Both the front and rear-facing cameras now have portrait mode, and for the first time you can actually define the light in a scene. Based on fundamental photographic principles,
Wahnsinn.
portrait lighting produces the effect of real studio lighting. On the back,
So, der Bildschirmränder sind praktisch. Dass er nicht außerdem den Bildschirm rüber guckt. Klar sind die praktisch, das spart auch viel Platz.
With machine learning, the camera detects elements in the scene to optimize the image before the photo is even taken. The camera we use every day now delivers so much more. And as iOS becomes the world's largest platform for augmented reality, it will redefine what's possible. This is iPhone 10.
Shit. Ey. Ich bin so gehypt.
The team works hard to make iPhone 8 and iPhone 10 in the most environmentally friendly manner possible. They have arsenic-free display glass, mercury-free displays. They're BFR-free, PVC-free, beryllium-free. They're now made with a low-carbon process for their aluminum design. And they're
Ach so, meinst du?
recyclable with their materials.
Ja,
I'm really
wobei.
proud of that list, so I like to say it every time.
Ich habe hier beim Handy.
iPhone 10 also comes in two configurations, 64 gigs and 256 gigabytes.
Unten und oben auch ganz dünne Ränder nur.
$9.99. You can order it.
Ich gucke aber auch nicht. Ja, weiß nicht, ob ich da drüber gucken würde. Kann ich jetzt so nicht sagen.
On November 3rd. So this is the future of the smartphone shipping this year. So this is our lineup for the
Aktienkurs von
holidays. Now,
Apple.
every year we say it's a great lineup for the holidays, and it is. But this year is really special. It starts with iPhone SE, iPhone
1000
6S,
Euro.
iPhone 7,
Ja, moin.
new generation iPhone 8, and the futuristic iPhone 10.
Ganz gut, dass es erst ein bisschen später kommt, da kann ich noch ein bisschen drauf sparen.
10 years ago, when Steve introduced the world to iPhone, he closed with a quote from Wayne Gretzky.
3.11. kommt das iPhone raus.
I skate
Habe
to
ich
where
gerade
the
auch
puck
hier
is
gelesen.
going to be,
Keine offizielle
not where
Quelle.
it has been. Steve said that's what Apple does. We skate to where the puck is going to be.
Ich mag den Typ
That
voll.
is what iPhone
Letztes
10
Jahr auch schon, oder bei der
is all about.
letzten Keynote fand ich den auch
Thank you.
voll
Back
cool,
to you,
den Typ.
Tim.
Was leider nicht, wie der heißt.
iPhone 10, this really is the future. We've made a great fun
Ich frage
new
mich, wie
app
Screenshots
that
nachher
we'll
aussehen, wenn du
show.
einen Screenshot machst und den dann verschicken willst. Ob dann irgendwo auch so eine Ecke fehlt oder ob dann da was gefüllt ist. Jetzt kommen die Farben, glaube ich, oder? Das sieht schon heftig aus.
That is iPhone 10. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mal kurz
So what a morning we've had.
rechnen.
Apple Watch Series 3 with cellular, which gives you the freedom to go anywhere you want with or without your iPhone. Apple TV 4K brings the magic of the cinema straight to your living room with incredible 4K and HDR content.
Ja, das ist recht, Jonas.
iPhone 8, a
Wir sagen nochmal
beautiful
200
glass
drauf.
design, incredible cameras, wireless
1000 Euro.
charging,
Wenn man die gute Ausführung nimmt,
A11
schätze ich mal
Bionic
so ungefähr.
and of course, powerful AR capabilities. We think you're going to love it. An iPhone
Wobei,
10,
die Preise sind
the
eigentlich 1
most
zu 1, wie ich gerade hier
advanced
gelesen habe.
iPhone we've
Jetzt halten sie
ever
wieder ein,
made.
ja.
The
Die sind immer ein
incredible
bisschen
new
anders drauf.
design, Face
Also in
ID,
Deutschland. Die sind nicht 1 zu 1
TrueDepth
umgerechnet,
camera
wegen
system,
Steuern und so,
and more
unter
powerful
anderem.
technology
Mehrwertsteuer.
than we've ever put in an iPhone before. It really is the future of the smartphone.
Wenn das runterfällt und kaputt geht.
We begin this morning with some inspiring words from Steve. One of the ways that I believe people express their appreciation to the rest of humanity is to make something wonderful and put it out there. We work really hard at Apple to create wonderful things, and we hope you love what we've introduced today. I think Steve would be really proud of them. I'd like to thank everyone at Apple who made today
Krasse Sache.
possible.
Das iPhone.
I'd like everybody in Apple to
Ich sehe mich schon
stand
hier
up that
sitzen
are
mit dem
here
neuen iPhone.
representing their teams from hardware and software
Gucken.
and services. Please
Wischen.
stand up in
Ab geht's.
operations.
Silvia
Our
Spreizhofer, ich grüße
amazing
dich.
retail employees.
Jetzt stehen sie alle auf, was habe ich verpasst?
And everyone that works so hard on this theater and on Apple Park. One of the great things about this theater is an unbelievable hands-on area. It is the most beautiful hands-on area we've ever
War's
had
das
by
schon?
far. And I would encourage all of you to join us there and get your hands on these wonderful products. Thank you so much for spending the morning with us. Thank you.
Das war's schon. Wiedersehen. Ja, super. Doch schneller vorbei, als ich dachte. Also, kurzes Statement. iPhone X ist geil. Ich werde es mir höchstwahrscheinlich holen. Wenn es Geld reicht, sogar noch eine Apple Watch. Ich glaube eher nicht. Vor allem nicht direkt. Aber eine Apple Watch und ein iPhone X, das wäre schon der Wahnsinn. Ich glaube, ich hole mir das. Ich wünsche jetzt einen schönen guten Abend. Ich glaube, ihr geht noch nicht schlafen. Ich werde aber nicht mehr streamen heute. Ich werde mir erstmal überlegen, ob ich es mir wirklich holen werde. Und wenn ja, welche Version, wie viel Gigabyte und so. Und hier und blub. Ja. Jan der Farmer, euer iPhone wurde vorgestellt. Das iPhone X. Sieht ähnlich aus wie dieses iPhone. Wie dieses da. Ähnlich, aber nicht genau so. Mal gucken, jetzt, ob das echte iPhone X dann schon als Foto da ist. Da. So sieht's aus. Und es ist mega geil. Und aus dem Grund werde ich jetzt sagen, auf Wiedersehen. Und man sieht sich beim nächsten Mal wieder. Ich werde heute nicht mehr zocken, vor allem nicht im Stream. Ich werde jetzt erstmal nochmal Twitter durchlesen, nochmal ein paar Artikel lesen zu den neuen Dingen, zu den neuen Sachen, die Apple vorgestellt hat. Ich bin mega gehypt auf dieses iPhone. Ich will mir das unbedingt holen. Ja. Jetzt muss ich noch irgendwie Geld sparen und dann läuft das. Ich wünsche euch einen schönen Abend. Und man sieht sich am Donnerstag wieder zum nächsten Gaming-Stream. Bis dahin. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Und spart euer Geld. Weil, wer sich was holen will, der muss Geld sparen. Aber kauft euch nicht, wenn ihr es nicht unbedingt braucht. Ich brauche es auch nicht, ich weiß nicht. Ja, es ist schon sehr unnötig, muss ich zugeben. Aber geil. Ciao.